All right, so these are the notes for the beginning of the week of January 10th. We will finish the New England colonies, Connecticut and New Hampshire, this first part of the week, and the second part of the week we will start on the middle colonies. So remember, we have a map on the back side that we will color in as we go through this. All right, so Connecticut. When was it founded? When did it come into being? It came into being in 1636. So shortly after Massachusetts and right around the same time that Rhode Island was forming, 1936 and 38 for Rhode Island. All right, where was the colony of Connecticut? It was in the Connecticut, and the way I always know how to spell Connecticut is it looks like connect, I cut. Connecticut River Valley. Okay. Let's flip it over so we can shade in the Connecticut colony. Let's see, I have used pink, blue, black, yellow, green, purple, not purple, orange. I'm thinking of purple, that's why I said it. So I'll use purple for Connecticut. I'm going to color it in purple in the box so it matches this colony that I'm about to shade in. And this is Connecticut here, which formed around the Connecticut River Valley. I'm going to be careful not to fill in the circle this time because clearly that's going to be one of these circles. All right, so we have shaded in Connecticut. Back to the notes. If you need to pause it because you're still shading, that's fine. Founder was Thomas Hooker. And just like Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut was founded for religious freedom. Just as a reminder, in England at that time, you were not allowed to be in a church other than the Church of England. That was the religion you needed to practice. And of course, not everyone practiced that. So they were breaking the law and they wanted to leave England and be elsewhere where they could practice their religion freely. So that's why a lot of the people who came to the United States, what would become the United States in this time period, came because they were seeking religious freedom. All right, Thomas Hooker wanted Puritan churches to be independent of each other. This means he wanted each church to kind of make their own decisions. So that may not be the same decisions as the church in the next settlement or in the next few towns away. He wanted the churches to make their own decisions. So Puritan leaders planned to put him on trial. They didn't like it. The leaders of the Puritan church, they wanted to make all the decisions. They didn't want the individual churches making their own decisions. He and his followers is what I was about to say, and that's not even a word. He and his followers left the colony and formed the settlement of Hartford. Okay, that got really sloppy there. F-O-R-D. Okay, and Hartford today is the capital of Connecticut. So it was an important settlement that just grew and grew and grew and eventually became the capital of Connecticut. Now I'm running out of color, so I gotta be inventive here. Let's go with gray for Hartford. That, of course, would be this dot right in the center of the Connecticut colony. So he founded the Connecticut colony. And where he was, he had to, well, he didn't have to, he chose to move away and started another settlement called Hartford. And that settlement's very important because today it is the capital. All right, let's move on to New Hampshire. I've been to a lot of the U.S. states, because I know y'all have seen my map in the back corner with all the little stickers on it, the states I have been to, but this is the region of the country I have not been in. I have not been in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, or New Hampshire. So that's an interesting thing. Maybe I should make that the question. That's worth points. Let me think on it. Okay. All right, New Hampshire was founded in 1638. So again, right around the same time as Rhode Island was getting itself together. A couple years after Connecticut got itself together, came along New Hampshire. And of course, it is present day New Hampshire. Looks like New Hampshire. New Hampshire. New Hampshire. Oh. I thought of how to make this question. I thought of it. I'll save it for a little bit later. Okay. So let's do some shading in, and I'm kind of dreading this because I'm running out of colors. Not sure what I have left. I have this kind of gold color, or bronzy color. Let me use it. Bronzy for New Hampshire. And that would be, obviously, this one lonely guy left. Okay, so I'm interrupting this broadcast to give you the question that I will be looking for to see if you're following along. My question is, I mentioned somewhere in this video that I hadn't been to certain places in the United States. I want you on this side of the paper to write the name of one of the states that I have not been to that I mentioned in this video. All right, flipping it back over. The founder of the New Hampshire colony. It's just very general. They don't have a specific person for us to write down here. This was just some English settlers. Of course, all of these colonies were founded by English people. But these were just some English settlers whom I guess they don't consider important enough to name. So they're looking for land and resources. So again, they came from further south and they were looking for land and resources, which is why they moved northward to form New Hampshire. Colonists and Native Americans competed for resources. In 1637, Connecticut settlers attacked the Bequat tribe and won. Bequat survivors joined other Native American villages. Having some technical difficulties. And then it should be English settlers moved north onto what had been Pequot land. So what happened here was is that some settlers from Connecticut attacked the Bequat tribe. They won. The Bequat left their land. They joined other Native American villages elsewhere, and settlers from that Connecticut colony moved on to Bequat land and created the New Hampshire colony on that land. Okay, well, I hope you found my secret question, and make sure you're not telling anybody, because if I find out you're telling anybody, it's going to cause you to lose your reward. All right. Make sure these go in the basket, because these should be completed. And we'll start middle colonies here next time.